When James tells us that we need to be seeking wisdom in trials, usually when we try to define wisdom, one of the first guys we think about is King Solomon. And King Solomon was known as the wisest man throughout the whole Bible because he asked for wisdom when he became king. But how did Solomon know wisdom is what he needed? Where did Solomon see that? Where did Solomon see that wisdom is what he needed in order to make wise decisions throughout as a king? I think it might have been David. He might have seen that perfected and done so by his father. See, at an early young age, David had to practice wisdom. When he was anointed king and became more popular, and Saul began to persecute him, what did he do? He took a step back. He prayed. That's where we see Psalm the Psalms about what to do, and his enemy was pursuing him. And David had wisdom in when to stay, and then wisdom when he had to leave, with the help of Jonathan. He had wisdom into his friends that he trusted, the people that he would take with him. David had wisdom when the king was sitting right there before him, and all of his friends were telling him, hey, your enemy is delivered into your hands. But David had wisdom by seeking God, and he didn't take the king's life. David had wisdom in how to properly honor a king who had attacked him. David had wisdom in uniting a kingdom. And David had wisdom in how to deal with his son who had betrayed him. When to fight and not to follow in his own pride, but he had prayed, talked to God, and waited for when he was going to attack again. See, in all these situations, David showed wisdom. David knew the issues that he was at, and he prayed to God. And we see him asking for God's help. And I believe what God was giving to him was wisdom in how to handle those situations. Did God always miraculously deliver David out of those situations? No. But he gave him wisdom in how to handle them. Did he always provide a way out as soon as David had called out on the Lord? No. But he gave him wisdom in how to make the righteous path. With us as believers, we need wisdom in all of our situations. We don't need to be asking all the time to be delivered from it, because we're not always going to be delivered from the trial. God might need to be taking us through the trial.